Oi, what is this hijab thing?
Let me be.
Why didn't you tell me you are converting?
Leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you.
Listen to me first.
I don't want to listen to anything. Let me go.
Okay, fine, I'll divorce you.
Okay, I'll take my daughter with me.
Hey, no, that's my daughter.
No, it's mine. No, I don't. Let's go. Hey, what do you want?
I want to see my daughter.
No, I go inside.
Fine, follow me. Please, I want to see my daughter.
No, I won't let it happen.
Okay, fine, I'll see you in the court.
Miss God!
We will see it later.
In this situation, wife and husband divorced because the wife converted to Islam and didn't tell her husband. They are trying to fight for child custody. What exactly is child custody? Custody exists when parents have responsibilities for healthcare, education, or the religion of their children under the age of 18 years old and have the right to physical control which are determined by the court and not contrary to court order. The court should consider the factors in determining who is entitled to custody of the child, especially the ability of the parents to provide facilities for their children. In Section 89, Subsection 1 of LRA 1976 states that a custody order may be subject to such conditions as the court deems fit to impose, subject to any condition that may be applicable from time to time and which must be granted to the person granted custody to decide all questions relating to the upbringing of the child as well as their education. The question is, which civil court or Sharia court should have jurisdiction in the custody case when his wife converted to Islam? In the present situation, the civil court has jurisdiction to determine the custody of the child since the husband who claims it is a non-Muslim. The petitioner must be Muslim. The husband applied for the right of custody of his minor children who had been converted to Islam by his Muslim wife without his consent and knowledge. The award of actual custody to the non-Muslim husband is qualified with a condition that he will not influence the children's religion belief or else he will lose the right to actual custody.
Child custody has 4 types, which is sole custody, joint custody, legal custody, and physical custody. In this situation, it falls under legal custody as it is the right and the responsibility to make a major decision about the child's schooling, medical care, and also religion. There are 2 types of legal custody, which is sole legal custody and joint legal custody. Sole legal custody allows one parent to make all the major decision. A major decision need to be made by the parent. However, joint legal custody gives both parents decision to make the authority. In this situation, court has given the custody to the mother and it is considered as sole legal custody.
Based on the situation that we showed before, we can deduce a few factors that a court will consider before deciding a custody to either parents or guardians. One of them is the age of the child. According to Guardianship Infant Act 1961, the guardians of a child is responsible for their maintenance, education, and health. Both parents have equal legal right and authority over the child. The tender age doctrine suggests that mothers are typically granted custody of young children, especially those under the age of 7. However, this assumption can be challenged if the mother of the child is unfit to take care of the children. The next factor that the court considers is the wishes of the children. That is, if the court taken into account their ability to form opinions. The specific age at which a child preference are considered is not mentioned, as each case is evaluated individually based on the child's maturity, circumstances, and interpretation of the situation. However, if a child's desires are believed to be influenced by others, the courts may be cautious due to the concerns about parental alienation syndrome.
Okay, what will happen if one of the spouses whose marriage was registered under LRA 1976 converts to Islam? So, the Islamic Family Law State of Selangor Enactment 2003 had provided that the marriage will not dissolve unless there is a confirmation made by the civil court. So, this means that confirmation by the Sharia court will not be recognized in the civil court because this marriage was registered under LRA 1976. Furthermore, Section 51 of the LRA 1976 had stated that if one of the parties had converted to Muslim, another party may be entitled to petition for divorce. Since LRA 1976 and UK's 2003 had recognized conversion to Islam as one of the bases for dissolution of the marriage, cases relating to child custody receive lots of attention from the public, as you can see in this statistic. So, in such a situation, there are few questions that will probably arise from the public, such as which party has the right for the custody and which court has the jurisdiction for these cases. Since there is a conflict of jurisdiction between Sharia and also civil court regarding this case, there are few proposed ways to resolve this issue, which the first one is the government must introduce a new tribunals that only deals with matters relating to interfaith parents. So these tribunals shall be given the power of deciding case relating to interfaith child custody or any other issues that relating to unilateral conversion of a child. And the members of these tribunals must be someone who have knowledge in both Sharia and civil, so that there is no issues of bias arise by any party. Secondly, the parties are recommended to go through mediation process, which must be conducted by an experienced mediator instead of going through litigation process. This can save them lots of time and also their money, and its main purpose is to help them both reach a consensus to settle the dispute out of the court. So last but not least, both of the parties must be responsible for their children. Even if one of the spouses had converted to Islam, they cannot use this as an excuse to neglect the responsibility towards the children. And they have to make sure that the separation of both of them should not affect the kids.
So, in conclusion, jurisdictional conflicts in interfaith child custody cases are complex and require careful consideration of parental right, the child's best interest, and relevant legal system. Family law continually evolves to adapt to changing family dynamics, but key concepts such as joint physical custody and determining what is the best for the child need an agreement. Finally, the aim for family law is to protect children and families while respecting the right of all parties involved.